everybody says Terminators are getting expensive. Now, just recently, we saw a Mystichrome convertible sell for around $80,000. And I believe just a couple of weeks ago, we saw a low mileage Terminator cross the $100,000 mark. So prices on these cars have clearly gone into a completely different territory. But this is what I want to ask you. What happens when you find a heavily modified 2003 Cobra that sells for around $20,000? Now, is this your chance to get a Terminator for a bargain price? Or is this the kind of car that becomes expensive the second you get it home? Let's get into it. What's up, my people? Welcome to the Sn95 Power channel. I want to talk about this particular car because it sits right at the price range where it's debate whether is it a bargain or is it a clapped out Terminator that you're gonna have to put a lot of time and effort into. You know, people are saying these Terminators are getting out of reach. Just look on Marketplace, just look anywhere. For a clean Terminator, the prices have really climbed. Clean cars are bringing a serious premium right now. And every time a cheaper Terminator pops up on the market, it always make me think about this. Is it an actual deal, or is there a reason why it's very cheap? You know, we see clapped out Mustangs all the time, but sometimes the cheaper ones are just high mileage. Sometimes they need a little cosmetic work, but I think you really see a price dip in Terminators when they become heavily modified, like this one we're going to talk about today. But here's the thing: once a Terminator has been like heavily modified, the conversation kind of changes a bit. Now, you're not just talking about a collectible Mustang anymore. You're talking about like somebody's build that they probably made for some kind of racing or dyno. It's been modified to that previous owner's vision. And that's exactly what this car falls into. This is a 2003 Cobra that has a bunch of things going on with it. Real quick, let's just talk about the Terminator. These cars are OP from the factory. They came with forged rods, pistons, crank. It had a Eaton supercharger, 4.6 liter dual overhead cam, T56 manual transmission, independent rear suspension. Like I say, this car pretty much was the formula for all really modern muscle cars right now. Let's dig a little bit deeper into this Terminator because the interior actually isn't destroyed, but it's not in pristine condition either. Seats are a little worn. The shift knob is a little worn. This tells you the car just wasn't like a garage queen or a show car. It put in some work on the weekends. And you know, that alone isn't a red flag on this car, but when you combine regular use with heavy modifications, and it seems like maybe this was a garage build, not that I have anything against that, but then you have to start asking, you have to ask more questions. Like, really under the hood is where things get really interesting. This just isn't a turbo swap. It appears to be a compound boost setup now. I remember Helion used to sell these compound boost kits, and you know, they really never did take off back in the day. But you know, the factory supercharger is still there. It looks like it's not ported. It looks like it has a upgraded pulley, and it's a twin turbo setup run by two precision turbos. You know, I think for the average person, they want to put their own taste for mods on it. And, you know, the seller doesn't say anything if it's a Helion kit or even if it's a custom fab. But, you know, you do see those twin precision turbos on there. The listing says it has ID 1300 injectors. a complete fuel system upgrade. I believe it's a return style kit. So that means it's got to have, it has aftermarket fuel rails. It claims to be E85 ready, or it's been driven on E85. The drivetrain has been modified also. The T56 has allegedly been rebuilt and beefed up. It's got a twin disc clutch on it. So all the right stuff on it if you want to make a roll race Terminator, or, you know, a quarter mile champ. It's got all the right stuff. But also, the factory IRS has been replaced with an 8.8. It's a 31 spline too. So, like I said, it's got all the right stuff for, you know, shenanigans on the street or at the track. So, you know, this isn't just like your common bolt-ons on this Terminator. This thing has been fully transformed from mild to extra wild. So now here's something that really matters. The sellers state that there are no receipts for the work done. There's no documentation saying who installed the compound boost setup, no paperwork on who tuned the car, no receipts for the transmission rebuild. You know, the guy does have some videos of the car, some very short clips of the car in action. But judging by the pictures, it looked like it was done. A lot of this work was done in a garage. Now, you know, I want to be very clear with this because, you know, I'm a big DIY guy and I have nothing against DIY builds. But I think if you're going to fetch premium price for a Terminator or any build, you know, you got to have those receipts. People aren't going to be too excited about DIY garage builds for something they're going to, you know, fork out a lot of money for. Now, this particular car is sold for under $20,000 for a Terminator. That sounds pretty cheap, but you know, the market has a way of like adjusting itself. And usually when you see prices like that, you know, it's because it doesn't have receipts. It's because it's heavily modified, doesn't have any, you know, indication of who tuned the car. It has some wear to it, drivetrain changes. So, you know, I think for the average Terminator buyer, they really want something that they can be very confident in buying and just putting their modifications on it. And, you know, you have a segment of, you know, Cobra owners out here who are about that life, who are going to modify the car. And but I think for a lot of time, part of the journey of buying these cars is building it and modding it yourself. Now, to be fair, if everything on this car was done correctly, if the compound boost system was installed properly, you know, the fuel system, the transmission, the tune is solid, $19,000, you know, that's a pretty good deal. But, you know, the seller doesn't really have documentation, and there's really no video or really video of the car doing anything. He like posts a burnout, he posts a two-step, or it's just 2 videos of this car. And to say all that work has been done to the car, and you know, maybe he's a grudge racer and maybe he didn't want a lot of stuff put out there about this car. But you know, if you're trying to recoup money on selling something like that, especially a Terminator, you know, the lack of documentation on something as heavily modified as this is really killing the value of that car. So here's my honest take. Personally, I would not buy that car, not because of the condition, not because of the compound boost setup. And it's really not because of, you know, the DIY garage work that's probably allegedly been done by somebody. I would buy it because it brings up a bigger question. Are Terminators still worth the premium? Now, for around $19,000, yeah, hey, this is going to trigger some people. You can buy a clean GT V6 for, you know, $5,000-$6,000. Take the rest of that money and build that exact same up that's in this Terminator, and be way under margin. And I know a lot of y'all are going to say, but you know, it's a Terminator. And that's great. But is it worth buying a clapped out? Personally, I don't think it's clapped out, but I know a lot of people will say it's clapped out. Is it really worth that risk of buying this unknown, condition car with all these modifications when, if, you're looking for the performance side of things, you can build a GT or something like that, as opposed to buying this Terminator for 1920 and still have to put more on top of that to finish it. So what are you really paying for? Are you paying for the Terminator badge? Are you paying for clout? I mean, the history? I don't think any of those are a bad answer, but I think this is the price point for cars like this. Is it really worth, paying $19,000, like a real premium? I mean, I consider that a premium price for a quote unknown car, or is it a bargain? So leave a comment down below. Tell me what y'all think. Like I say, no diss to the seller, and I hope he, had a very smooth transaction with that. I think somebody backed out of the deal first, and somebody bought it for a little bit more money than originally it was listed for. So I think it worked out for the buyer. But I'd be kind of curious, if anybody know anything about this Terminator and what happened to it. I honestly think, for all the unknowns on that car, if you really, really want a Terminator, I mean, you can find high mileage Terminators without all those unknowns for a little bit more money. If you're comfortable, turning a wrench and you can fix a lot of stuff yourself, then yeah, it might be a deal. But like I say, for me personally, I don't really have to have the Terminator tax. And if I did want to buy a Terminator, I would really buy one that was close to stock as possible, and I would just build it to my likings. Or if I was going to buy one that was heavily modified, I would really want something with more documentation. So that's my take on it. I'll be curious to see what y'all put down in the comments. But yeah, I thought this was a interesting find online, and it just shows you the market of these Terminators, where you have like these super elite prices for bubble cars, but then you can find, on the other hand, like budget cars. But is it worth the risk? So hey, I appreciate y'all rocking with me on this video. Until next time, God bless.